Chapter 19. By D. You bastard. The animal hide dress on Lin Nuannuan's body was torn off, and her delicate body was completely exposed. Bai Dai's pupils shrank to vertical lines. Stimulated by the alcohol, his body automatically transformed into a white tiger. Worse, he had barbs on his tongue. He stuck out his wet tongue and swept it across Lin Nuannuan's body. The tiny barbs on his tongue scraped painfully against her skin, and her originally fair and smooth skin immediately turned a piercing red. Lin Nuannuan cried out in pain. Bai Di, wake up! The tiger's tail wrapped firmly around her waist, not allowing her to retreat or dodge. It was really too big. It was impossible to put in. Lin Nuannuan was trembling in fear. She cried and begged for mercy. No. Please let me go. He stared at her face, and he used the back of his tongue to wipe away the tears in her eyes. His blue cat eyes were focused on her. He looked gentle, but he showed no signs of stopping. Lin Nuannuan almost fainted from the pain. All color had drained from her face, and tears rolled down her cheeks. Bai Di, it hurts. Xuangyun was awakened from thirst. He felt a splitting headache and struggled to get out of bed. His hand happened to touch the water pouch beside the bed. He picked up the hide pouch and gulped twice. Xuangyun felt much more comfortable after drinking the water. At the same time, his senses became much clearer. He heard a low cry that seemed to come from next door. He immediately pricked up his ears and listened closely against the rock wall. He heard Lin Nuannuan crying. Her voice was soft and weak, like a bullied kitten. She sounded extremely pitiful. What was going on? Was Nuannuan being bullied? His expression changed. He immediately jumped off the bed and rushed out. The door was closed tightly, but that thin layer of wood was nothing to a beast. He sent the wooden door flying with a swipe of his claw. He rushed into the room and saw Lin Nuannuan being pressed under a big white tiger. That area of hers was torn, and blood flowed out. Lin Nuannuan was pale with pain and kept begging Bai Di to stop. He actually bullied the female. Xuangyun was instantly furious. He rushed forward and threw up the drunk white tiger. Bai Di, you bastard! Bai Dai's head banged against the rock wall, and the pain sobered him. When he saw Lin Nuannuan's injured appearance and recalled what he had just done, his expression immediately changed. Xuangyun carefully picked Lin Nuannuan up. Don't be afraid. I'm here. He wrapped the animal hide around Lin Nuannuan and ran quickly to where the witch doctor lived. The sleeping Lang Zhu was dragged awake by Xuangyun. Lang Zhu was so angry that his beard trembled. Why aren't you sleeping when it's the middle of the night? Nuannuan is injured. Go and check up on her. As soon as he heard this, Lang Zhu's anger immediately turned to anxiety. He let Xuangyun slowly lay Lin Nuannuan down on the bed before examining her wounds. The skin on Lin Nuannuan's chest and back had turned red and swollen. The lacerations on her lower body were also serious. She was shaking with fear, while her eyes became blurred with tears. She kept pleading. No. No. Lang Zhu was exasperated. Which bastard did this? Was it you? It was Bai Di. Lang Zhu was a little surprised. I really couldn't tell. That guy usually looks so gentle. I didn't expect him to be so ferocious in bed. Xuangyun was very frustrated. Let's not talk about him. Hurry up and treat Nuannuan. Lang Zhu found the herbs and carefully applied them to Lin Nuannuan's wound. It did not take long for the swelling to subside and the bleeding to stop. However, Lin Nuannuan was still in pain. She was curled up in a ball under the animal hide. Her face was pale, and her eyes were red. Xuangyun continued to stay by her side. Only when Lin Nuannuan fell asleep from exhaustion did Xuangyun get up and walk out of the room. He said to Lang Zhu, let her recuperate at your place for a while. Please help me take care of her. Lang Zhu asked, where are you going? Xuangyun walked away without looking back. I'll teach that bastard a lesson. When Lin Nuannuan woke up, it was already the next afternoon. She remembered what had happened last night and still felt a lingering fear. She had nearly been raped. Lang Zhu came in with the decoction. He asked, how do you feel? Does it still hurt? Lin Nuannuan carefully felt the area, then said, it still hurts a little, but it's much better than last night. Drink this medicine and it won't hurt so much. This medicinal brew was squeezed from several types of fruit juices. The dark green color was extremely strange. Lin Nuannuan asked bitterly, "Can I not drink the medicine?" Lang Ju straightened his face and reprimanded sternly. "You're injured. How can you not drink the medicine? If you don't drink the medicine, how can your injury recover? You're not allowed to be willful. Hurry up and drink the medicine." Lin Nuannuan's face turned red from the scolding. She drank the bitter decoction and took the sweet fruit from Lang Ju. She ate 5 sweet fruits in one go before she could suppress the bitterness in her mouth. Lang Ju looked at her pale face, and his heart softened. "Don't be afraid. Shuang Yan has already helped you teach Baidi a lesson. He won't dare to bully you again." Lin Nuannuan was still a little angry when she remembered what had happened last night, but when she heard that Baidi had been beaten up by Shuang Yan, she couldn't help but worry. "How is Baidi? Was he badly beaten?" "Don't worry. His skin is thick. He won't die." Lin Nuannuan was still worried. "Can I go and see him?" Lang Ju glared at her. "Baidi bullied you last night. Are you still in a hurry to look for him? You should give him the cold shoulder for a while. That way, he'll learn his lesson and stop bullying you." Lin Nuannuan lowered her head and stopped talking. She had no family and Baidi was her only family. She couldn't ignore him. Lang Ju left with the empty bowl. As he stepped out the door, he saw Baidi standing nearby. Lang Ju immediately frowned, his white beard trembling with anger. "What are you doing here? Nuannuan's emotions have just calmed down. Stop scaring her." Baidi had just been beaten up by Shuang Yan. His face and body were covered in injuries, and he looked rather disheveled. However, no matter how much his body hurt, it could not compare to the pain in his heart. As long as he thought of Nuannuan's injured appearance, he wished he could kill himself. He knew that Nuannuan must hate him now. He didn't want to appear in front of Nuannuan now in case he angered her, but he really wanted to see her. Even a quick glance will do. He hung his head in defeat. "I want to see her," he whispered. Lang Ju had rejected him mercilessly. Not only is Nuannuan injured, but she's also very agitated. She needs to rest quietly now. "Don't disturb her.